guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is crazy. For today, I have a really exciting thing. What I wish I had known my freshman year of high school, which was pretty much the worst year out of them all. I needed help. I needed someone to tell me these things that I'm gonna be telling you today right now. Also, this is starting my school series. I did this series of articles last year which was on how to conquer high school. So it's gonna like cover all sides of high school that you can possibly think of. For today, we're diving into my freshman year advice. Should I do a montage?
Just me, just you.
Here we go. Excited about this. So we're here. I'm gonna be dividing this in 3 different categories. And the last thing that I'm gonna say at the end of this video is gonna be by far, I think, the most important advice, like lifestyle wise. I'm gonna put timestamps if I can, and maybe you can skip some parts that you're not interested in, but definitely make sure to listen to the ending part of this.
I gotta be on my own.
The first tip that I have is that you have to, and you absolutely have to, approach people yourself in order to have friends. If you don't approach anyone, you cannot expect someone to just like come running up to you. And in my freshman year of high school, oh my god, I was so shy and I was so scared of everyone and everything. Studying started in August and I got my scholarship like late September. Everyone was already in their friendship groups and I was like, oh, like, the thing is, you might not realize that, but a lot of people wish that you would come up to them and approach them just like you wish someone would come up to you and just be your friend. And not every single time it will go the best way, like you will not become BFFs with everyone you go ahead and talk to. Another great way to get people's attention and gain friends in high school can be if you have some cool school supplies. Gum is the currency of high school. Like, if you're gonna be giving gum to people, first of all, they're gonna associate you with pleasurable experience of getting gum, as well as like physical contact, but like not overdoing it. If you're talking to someone and you can like lightly touch them or something, or like you're approaching someone and you're like, but not like in a weird way, in more like a friendly warm. This can be really tricky. This can go like really badly if you don't know how to do it, but if you think that you can do it, like that's the best thing to do. That's a psychological tactic that people use to like seem more warm and open or approachable.
I gotta be on my own.
I think what a lot of people need to hear in their freshman year of high school is that you need to show your position, show that you have strengths, and show that you can stand up for yourself. If you show that you're holding your ground, it will make it less likely that you will get bullied.
I gotta be on my own.
For God's sake, just participate in school events. My freshman year of high school, I did not go to a single school event. Even the ones that are mandatory, I skipped pretending to be sick. But my senior year of high school, I actually attended a yearly lock-in and some other things. And I was so surprised. At first, it felt weird, but once it like gets going, it's actually pretty good. I really liked this guy my senior year of high school, and on the lock-in, we got to spend a lot of time together, played the guitar, and even like slept together. Not in that way, but later on, he ended up becoming my boyfriend. You're missing out on amazing things that you have even no idea. So if there's a high school event, just go to it. The worst thing that can happen is gonna be boring and you're gonna waste an hour or 2 hours of your life, but not more than that. And the best thing that can happen, you can get a potential relationship, a friendship, and I don't know, like be more social and actually enjoy the event.
I gotta be on my own.
Another thing that I wish I knew, which is quite similar, is to go to extracurricular activities. Once again, I did not do any sports, I did not do any extracurriculars in my freshman year, and I even got away with that because scholarship kids were supposed to do at least 3 activities each semester, and I did not do any of it. And I kind of even like lied about it. I lied that I was like, oh, I'm doing like art club and something. If you're doing team sports, you have no idea how much it connects the people that are engaged in the sport that you're doing. This one time when I started doing debate, I went on the debate trip to the debate tournament in Prague. There was this girl who I got roomed with that I didn't even know, but by the end of the trip we ended up becoming such good friends. We're a lot alike and we had a lot of the same issues with like guys in high school, and we used to talk like all night about that. It's gonna help you connect with like-minded people. It's gonna help you connect with people via the extracurricular trips, and also join the extracurriculars that you're actually passionate about, because you already need to start thinking about building up your college resume.
I gotta be on my own.
The other thing is that no one looks back at their freshman year of high school and goes like, wow, I looked so good back then. I was a tiny bit overweight back then and I felt so insecure because of it. I used to wear they're called Spanx, every single day under my clothing. Even when it was warm, I would be like sweating hot, and wearing it made me look a tiny bit slimmer. So I used to wear it like all the time, and I used to like worry so much about my appearance. But the thing is, I had the worst appearance ever. I got a really short haircut. It looked terrible. I was emo. I dyed my hair pink and purple. So no one is gonna look perfect. Don't stress too much about your looks. The glow up will come either next year or the year after that, or by the end of that year even maybe.
I gotta be on my own.
Once again, the most important advice that I can ever give anyone is not under any circumstances send nudes. The whole school will see them. Even the teachers will know about them. I actually have a story time on that I might do. I was stupid enough to do it. I got threatened by it so many times by guys. The thing is, you think you can trust someone? Don't do it. If it's a random guy and you think like that way you're gonna get him to like you, that does not work, and the guy who actually likes you will not ask that of you. Another thing that I'm gonna briefly mention, whoever you date, don't take that too seriously. I know, everyone gets like so freaking pissed if someone says, oh, there are like no serious relationships in high school. I was that girl who got angry because someone told her like there can be no serious relationships in high school. And even though the relationship that I had was just with an amazing person, again, it didn't last. And he really broke my heart, but it was supposed to happen. So whoever you're dating, whoever broke your heart, whoever didn't like you back, whoever said that they won't go to prom with you, don't take that too much to heart. Is move on, new things. High school just keeps coming out with new drama because everyone is bored. So no time like dwelling on the old drama, and don't take things too much to heart because it's gonna stress you out. It's gonna harm you in the end.
I gotta be on my own.
And now for the third part. Everything that I need to tell you is that grades do matter. You might not be thinking about grades as soon as you go into your freshman year of high school, but let me tell you something. When you're applying to colleges, yes, a lot of colleges don't really look at your freshman year that much, but if you're gonna mess up your GPA to the point of no return, it's gonna be really hard to try to fix it in those next years. And my GPA my freshman year, because I didn't even know like what B's and A's and was like, I didn't even care about grades. I was like, okay, I get grades. I had no idea what GPA was. I had no idea what you were supposed to be striving towards. My GPA was 3.4. It took me the last 2 years to get to 3.8. I had to almost study at a 4.0. People might say that it's way too early to start preparing for college in your freshman year, but I think you should already like start thinking of what you want and what you have in mind, especially if you need a scholarship. And if you want to go to like one of the Ivies, for example, you definitely need to start thinking about that in your freshman year. So already like think what kind of college you're aiming for, and therefore just proceed accordingly with your high school years. Because for me, I wanted to get into top schools, but I didn't think about that. Because of my freshman year, a lot of the things were ruined. I didn't get in, obviously. My SAT score really me up, which is another thing. It is never too early to start preparing for SAT. Guess what? If you start like doing it at least like once a week or twice a week in your freshman year, get like 1 or 2 books. I recommend the Black Book. Start watching YouTube videos.
I gotta be on my own.
And another one that I also want to talk about is start making relationships with your teachers. But not in that way, okay? Not what you thought of, not in that way. This is not Pretty Little Liars. We're not making those types of relationships. But start making relationships with your teachers, meaning that like talk to your teachers after class, ask questions, be active on the lessons. Here's why. First of all, it might get you like some retests and like some perks that other students don't have. Like it gets you the halo effect, you know? The effect is when someone is like so good in the beginning that later on when they make like small slip-ups, the teachers let it slide because they know that student was like always good. So, but the most important thing about this is, come your junior year, you need to ask for college recommendations, and to get a good recommendation, you need a teacher who actually gives a about you, and the teacher who will actually like care how to write it, not the teacher who's gonna like take a sample, paste in your name, and like send it to the college. Okay, and now for the last thing that I want to say, which is pretty much maybe the most important one. Every single one of us wants an experience of high school that is like in those like cool high school movies. It feels special because of all the music and the highlights that you get with it and everything. But the thing is, you have to look at your life already like that. It's all about the lenses that we pick when we're looking at our lives. So the metaphor that I love to use for this is that life is kind of like a movie. The movies have different genres in them, and based on the genre, the same thing can happen in those movies, but the reactions of the characters and the ways they're put and edited is going to be different. Imagine your life is a movie. What kind of movie do you want it to be? Do you want it to be the, I don't know, Mean Girls high school one? Do you want it to be the coming of age indie film? You have to, as said on TikTok a bunch of times, you have to romanticize your life. You have to start thinking about yourself as the main character. And when you think about yourself and you pick that lens, the things will align. It's just the way you look at it. For me, I really want the type of life that feels like fluffy pants, pink lights, like rose-colored glasses type. And I make it look like that. When I wake up, I put on the music that corresponds to that. I give off the vibes that correspond to that. Start romanticizing your life. Start actually living as if you're in a dream. Pick the genre of your movie and be the main character in it. You can do it. I'm really tired of talking with a headache for like an hour plus. But I hope you guys like this video. I hope you find it helpful. So if you did, make sure to subscribe, like, share, and follow me on Instagram, other social medias. This is a weird angle.